Umpires have graced the cricket field since dinosaur years, and while they might not be the most active creatures on the cricket field, some umpires have gone on to become dear and near to cricket viewers, not only because of their on-field decision making, but also because of their mannerisms and the way they carry themselves on the cricket field. David Shepherd, for example, whom cricketing fans saw as a granddaddy figure officiating the game, had an authoritative umpiring approach, and the players on the field also knew who was running the show when he was around. For him, no cookie was too tough to crack. And not only that, when he walked in for officiating a cricket match, he walked in not only with a cricketing rule book in his head, but also with some common sense. His umpiring style was pragmatic, and he didn't shy away from taking the aid of the replays on the big screen on the ground to make his decisions. He was also the first umpire to rule out a bowler for bowling beamers. But when Nelson hit, the great guy was all jittery and was caught hopping and jumping around, satiating his superstition. So much for being authoritative and pragmatic, Shep. And then you had umpire Buckner, who had this lazy Caribbean approach to umpiring. His style of raising his finger for giving a batsman out was so slow that one commentator even went on to say that if there's an appeal in the last over of the day, Buckner's finger will only go up the next morning. According to umpire Buckner, he was slow because he played multiple replays in his head before making a decision. Okay, but Mr. Buckner, how do you explain this style of looking across and giving a batsman out? And what the hell is this? Perhaps the only person who can give a tough fight to umpire Buckner is umpire Rudy Kurtzen. His sloth-like style of giving a batsman out is famously known as the slow finger of death. South African batsman Daryl Cullinan once asked Rudy Kurtzen, "Why do you make me suffer and wait for that slow death decision?" And the answer, in Rudy's own words, is, "The finger comes out slowly because it takes time for me to release my grasp at the back." And if you're talking about umpiring and fingers, Billy Bowden's crooked finger can't be far behind. While Billy might be all happy-go-lucky on the field, Billy actually puts on this comical look while being in constant pain. In fact, his crooked finger is a manifestation of him suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, which doesn't allow him to straighten his finger. Early in his career, Billy even followed the routine of bathing his fingers in hot water before the games to loosen the fingers up. While these might be some of the most prominent umpiring styles and mannerisms, but if you look closely, each umpire has his own unique style. Aleem Dar, for example, has the habit of nodding his head before raising the finger. Ex-Indian umpire Venkat Raghavan had this poking a finger way of giving out, and then you have Bruce Oxenford wielding a bulletproof arm shield. All these trivial eccentricities actually transform these empowered, dressed-up gentlemen into being something more than just being match officials. And it's a reminder for all of us that these are actually humans who stand in concentrating for hours and then get a rubbing from people who've had the benefit of judging their judgments after viewing 10 slow motion replays. But as the great David Shepherd said, cricket is not invented for the umpire. Umpire is the necessary evil of the game. The game is for the players.